So the second phase is when really a lot of the magic happens behind the scenes. And this is where they take all of the content that the spiders have just crawled and they index it. They go through their indexation process. And it's important to note that this is the stage at which point now you have a chance to actually show up in the search results. So you have to be crawled and properly indexed in order to be able to get to the third phase of showing up. The indexation process is really layered, and there's a lot of very interesting stuff that's going on for anybody that is curious. But they have in many cases the world's top engineers working on it and trying to teach these spiders, because they're bots, they're not humans that are kind of going around and able to understand what your website is about. They're really trying to teach these spiders how to understand the content on the page, how to read essentially everything, understand the meaning of the language, and not just like at its basic form, but also semantically, how it relates to all other content online. How does it relate to things people search for? Google's mission is to organize the world's information. So they spend a lot of time in this indexation process really trying to truly understand the meaning of it, the content, and how that relates to everything else. And the reason they do that is because it brings us to our third and probably the most important phase, at least for marketers, is the ranking. And that's where somebody's gone to a search engine, they've searched, and Google then tries to provide the best piece of content or web page for that search. And it's good to think about too when you go to Google and you do a search. Even you and I, we're their customer. They're trying to satisfy our need when we go there, because that's how they make money. They're hoping we'll go and search and click on their ads. And that's why they place so much importance on understanding these web pages. They need to know when and where to serve that up in amongst billions of results. So a lot of SEO is about ensuring that that happens and smoothly, and leveraging everywhere that you can to do that. And then they take it one step further, because they start applying this same sort of thinking to trying to understand the intent of what the initial search was. And we call that a query, a lot of times, a search query. And they need to be able to connect both of these pieces. So they have to understand, you know, the initial search, the initial question, but also the meaning of the answer to connect them. So they aren't just looking at the intention of a page. They also look at the intent of the search term. Which is something they put a lot of emphasis in, is what is the intent of this searcher, so that I can provide the best piece of content. And this is such a huge opportunity for businesses online, because there's still roughly like 1.7 billion searches that happen on Google daily. It's a huge amount of volume that we can tap into and be visible. And for business owners, these are like the modern yellow pages, right? People don't go to a book and, you know, look for P and then go through plumbers. They go to Google and they search plumbers and they look through those listings. So there's a huge incentive for us as business owners to online to leverage the organic results, because there's just so much opportunity there. And as we've established, it's a very profitable source of traffic.